Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm just gonna tell you about this book that I finished reading. It's called Play Another Love Song, and it's by Meisha Gladney, I think her name is. If I get it wrong, I'll put the picture somewhere in the screen. So like her book is about a girl named Danielle who has dreams of being a radio host, and the only thing that is stopping her is her confidence in herself and her anxiety, feeling that she's not worthy of being worthy enough of being a radio host, and some things happen along the way where she is pushed to out of her comfort zone to be a better person or to be more confident in herself. And I think that this book is really good because it shows the complexities of her personality and the complexities of people in general who deal with mental health issues, such as like dealing with their anxiety or confidence level issues. And like in the book, she deals a lot with like her mom, because her mom was the source of all her problems that she had growing up, with feeling unworthy and not confident in herself. At first, like her mom would say like mean things to her, saying like you're worthless, and saying all types of mean things to her. And it was because her mom was undiagnosed with bipolar disorder and didn't take care of herself. And how could she take care of herself? How could she take care of a kid if she couldn't take care of herself? So like with that being said, like she would be mean to her daughter and say mean things to Danielle, and that is the source of her anxiety and everything related issues. So Danielle did an internship with one of the radio stations, and with her friend Tony, um and it was going well and for a while, and then that's when she realized that she really wanted to. The idea was popped by, I think, Lady Chanel, which is one of the radio hosts, saying like, why don't you and Tony apply for the radio gig that we're hosting, because I'm going to be leaving, and LL Faison, who is the other radio host, is going to be leaving as well to pursue other things. So why don't you apply for the live drive at 5 or something like that is what it's called. Um, and that's when she was really anxious and she didn't want to do it at first. But then her friend Lacey, who's studying to be a life coach, encouraged her to actually pursue her dreams and actually do what she was supposed to do. And it worked for a while. Like her friend kept doing things to push her out of her comfort zone, as far as like working with building up the confidence to eventually be a radio host. And it worked until it didn't work out for her and her anxiety came back. But even then, she still tried to push through. And the only thing that saved her was the fact that she was talking to some guy on Instagram who had never seen her face, and she had never seen his face up to a point. And they were just talking, and he was encouraging her, saying you should go for your dreams, and like encouraging her to do better. And she finally found the courage to actually do it. And she was doing the recording with Tony, but she didn't want to show her face at first. And then eventually the the head of the radio station was saying that no, you have to show your face, because this is something that this is something that you're going to be on the radio, so you're going to have to show your face with me so that I can see how you interact with one another and how your chemistry is, so you can be a radio host. So that happened, and then that happened, and then they went through the first round and they got it. And I was so happy that she was able to get out of her comfort zone and stuff. And then the other time, she was able to do it as well. And they blew it out the water. They were able to be more confident, and the chemistry between them grew. And all this while, she didn't know that Tony really liked her, because like her and Tony met when she was a sophomore in college. And she thought that he was a playboy and stuff like that because that was his demeanor back in the day. But over the course of time, she realized that like he's not like that. Then he's a real cool friend. And then that's when it comes out later on that Lacey was behind her meeting the guy on on Instagram. The reason how that she found that out was because she after she had become confident in herself and like she finished the radio station interview and everything, she found out that she got the radio show gig. And that was like amazing for her because like she was able to like work through her confidence issues. But then she found out that Jonathan, who was the guy that she was talking to all along and on Instagram, getting to know him and forming a relationship with him where they would call each other bae and stuff like that. He wasn't real, he was fake. And he was concocted by Lacey, her best friend, and Tony, her other best friend, her other friend. And yeah, they concocted this thing so that she can be more confident in herself and in her daily life. And that really broke her down, really hurt her. Like when she asked the quote unquote person, Jonathan, to invite him over to talk to her, no, not over to her house. She invited him to go and spend dinner with her so that she can like share with him the exciting news. And that's when like, oh, that was way before she knew that she was gonna be a radio host. I'm spoiling it for everybody, but she does become a radio host. But that happened where she was depressed for a while and her anxiety got the best of her because she was like, why would my friends do this to me, betray me in this way, make me fall in love with somebody that's not real, and all to promote himself as a radio host and for her to build her clientele up as a life coach. So that happened, and then she finally learned that the source of her problems was her mom. So she went to the email that her mom had sent her a while ago, trying to talk to her. And she went and said, oh, I'll meet you at tomorrow at a certain time. And she went to go and confront her mom and talk to her about her issues. And then she found out that her mom had been SA'd by somebody that she was working with at a law firm. And she found out that the mom found out that she was pregnant with Danielle, and then she didn't know how to deal with her issues, and she didn't want to tell her parents that she was SA'd by somebody. So that happened, and then she confronted her mom, and her mom apologized for certain things that she had done to her in the past. And then that's when she finally had some closure a little bit, even though she couldn't fully forgive her mom for what she had done to her all these years, calling her worthless and stuff. She finally found the courage to forgive her mom a little bit and move on with her life. And she said that she will continue to try to talk to her mom and forgive her for what she has done. So that happened, and then later on, Danielle has been like dodging people, dodging her workplace, dodging her internship, not going there for the past week or so. She used up all her sick time because she was claiming that she had a stomach bug, but she really was dealing with like a lot of issues with depression and stuff like that. So that happened. She finally mustered up the courage to respond to Lady Chanel's call, her mentor, and that's when things started coming out, and she cried on the phone, and she finally was like, yeah, I shouldn't let this stop me from pursuing my dreams. So she reached out to the head of the radio station, and her and Tony found out that they got the job, and they were so excited and they were so happy. And Tony was confessed his feelings for her over text a few days prior, but he came and talked to her after they had found out that they got the job, and told her that how he felt about her and that he really liked her. And that's when everything wasn't good between them, but she realized that she had to forgive him, so she said that she forgave him. And then she was in her house, and then she realized that she had to forgive her friend Lacey too, because she remembered the time when she was down because her friend, not her friend, this guy that she was talking to didn't really have the same feelings for her, and he used her sexually to he used her sexually, and how Lacey came in her defense and helped her. She remembered those times, and yeah, she she forgave Lacey, and she talked to her like nothing ever happened. And because Lacey was her best friend, and then that's when things went well for her. It fast forwards to the epilogue where is it the epilogue or the prologue? I forget which one is after reading all the books, all the chapters. But I think it's the epilogue, and she and Tony had been radio show hosts for 90 days, and they had a surprise celebration for them. Lady Chanel and LL Faison did, and that's when things happened where she was still on shaky grounds with Tony, but eventually Tony kept pursuing her. He liked her all along, but she wasn't ready to like talk to him because she was still upset about what he had done, faking to be somebody else and using his cousin's pictures as his own to disguise his feelings for her. But that happened, and eventually they got together, and they eventually became a item at the gathering that they went to together. So the book ended up going well. Like, she ended up falling in love with Tony, but it was a whole lot of drama between all of them at one point, and they didn't really like each other, and that was sad and unfortunate. But I'm happy that she got confidence and she was able to pursue her dreams as a radio host, and she didn't let nobody stop her from achieving that goal. I mean, I know how it feels to have like some issues and with your confidence and stuff, so I understand that. So I'm happy that I read this book, and I'm gonna probably talk more about other books that I'm reading and just give you an update about my reading progress and whether I finished it or DNF'd the book. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and bye.